welcome to Cyfarthfa Castle craft along with Cyfarthfa Castle video actually, I can't get that out there. So, my name is Christopher Parry, I work at Cyfarthfa Castle Museum and Art Gallery in Merthyr Tydfil, and we have been bringing you for the last couple of weeks some different content via YouTube and other platforms, all about craft along videos and art activities for you to do with the kids or as a family at home. And today is no different. We're going to be doing a nice little art activity which is all about monoprinted, but looking at the stories from the Mabinogion to inspire us. Now before I get to everything though, we've got two assistants, they're beautiful and wonderful. Introduce yourselves, Betsy.
Betsy and Eve
Patsy. And you?
Megan, Rose and Patsy.
Megan and Betsan and Megan. Oh, they are 5 and 8 anyway, and they're my daughters, and they're going to be doing this craft along with me. Now, in Merthyr Tydfil, Merthyr's history is really deep and dense with lots of firsts, and we've got a brilliant thing that happened in the 1830s. A lady called Lady...
Charlotte.
Charlotte Guest. Lady Charlotte Guest came to Merthyr Tydfil and she became a guest. She married a gentleman named Guest up in Dowlas, which is in Merthyr Tydfil. Now, when she came here, she was a massively intelligent woman who was learning a variety of different languages. She knew 9 languages in total, and she wanted to add Welsh to her repertoire.
Patsy.
Hi. So she started learning Welsh, and while learning Welsh she discovered the stories of the Mabinogion as they know. Now the Mabinogion is a collection of different historic Welsh folk tales that have been handed down and down and down. But Lady Charlotte Guest, when reading them, liked them so much that she wanted to bring them to a new audience. So she decided to translate them from Welsh into English, which happened in 1838. And so they were translated from Welsh to English in Merthyr back in 1838 for the first time. What I did this morning, which is not something you'll see on camera because it took ages, didn't it?
Yes.
Is I read these 2 different stories from the Mabinogion. What story did we read, Betta?
The Black Knight.
Yeah, but what was the name of the story?
The Lady of the Fountain.
The Lady of the Fountain. So I read that story to Betta and Megan, and you can find a lot of this material online. If you just Google the Mabinogion, you'll find different stories, and look into it yourself, make your own versions to talk to your children about. They're amazing folk stories, to be honest. They're really good, all involving knights and magic and loads of different things.
I like magic.
I know, who doesn't? So what we did then is I looked at different images that artists have created of the Mabinogion. Someone had illustrated all the stories from the Mabinogion and created this collage of images, alright? And these guys picked little images out of that picture and did a quick sketch of them. And these sketches are here. Betsy drew a cauldron, which is from the story Taliesin. I drew a weird guy in a box. I'm not too sure where that story was from. And Megan drew 2 swords intertwined with different Celtic bands and vines. And now what we are going to do is we are going to turn our little sketches into prints, monoprints. Now to monoprint is really easy. You're using one colour. All you need first and foremost is some paper or card, some rollers, which Betsy is showing. Now the rollers, I don't expect you to have these rollers hanging around your house obviously, but you can buy them fairly cheap online. You can get sponge versions, all the hard versions like these, and then you'll use them time and time again, hopefully. And then, thank you. And then I got printing ink, but you can use different types of paint, maybe acrylic paints if you've got some. You wouldn't really know until you try, to be honest. If you try a certain type of paint and it doesn't work out so well, then don't use it again. I'm using printing ink just because I've got it. Now this is a bit of perspex that we are going to be putting our ink on and then making our pictures on. This is our printing block essentially. Now you don't need perspex or glass, you just need a surface that you're able to put the ink on and then make the marks on the top. Now it can be perspex or it can be a type of cardboard as long as it's not porous as long as it doesn't suck in all the ink.
Oh, what's good?
That's the only thing, so something that doesn't absorb all the ink. And the last thing you'll need is something to make a mark through the ink. Alright? Now we are going to use cotton buds, just because I got them around the house, and hopefully some of you may have them around the house. If not, anything that can make a clear mark in the ink is fine to use, alright? We are going to add some ink to our perspex, and Betsy is going to start, and she is going to use one of these cotton buds to transfer her sketch on to the printing ink and the printing block here.
They can stain clothes.
They can stain clothes indeed, and this isn't live, so you can stop and pause it anytime. So yeah, remember? Yay. Now the grown-ups can do this bit, obviously.
Oh my god, that's black, black, black.
You keep one roller dry
I got the other one.
and keep the other roller blank, and the reason for that, I keep the other roller for the ink. One roller dry, one roller in the ink, and the reason for that, it will come up in a second. So as you can see, Betsy is busy smoothing in the ink, and so you just essentially lift that up one sec, Bess, hold that. You just smooth the ink out like that on whatever surface you've got, simple as. And you want to spread it out nice and flat as possible, okay? And just so you know as well, normally the first print is normally the worst because the ink is a little thick. So you want to probably do one quick one and then another one straight after it maybe. But we'll see how it goes now. We'll see how it goes. Now the next thing we're going to do is Betsy is going to draw her drawing
inside
using the cotton buds straight onto the ink. Now the idea is to get a nice clean line, alright? So whatever you're using, whether it's cotton buds or something else, same premise, a clean line, alright, is what you're after. Let me show them on the camera, one sec. So Betsy is starting off because she's got a moon above her cauldron.
It looks better.
That's the moon. Looks better at the back, there you go. But yeah, so there you go. Now the cauldron Betsy's drawing is from a story called Taliesin, and in this cauldron there was a brew being made by a famous old Welsh witch. Now I won't tell you anything more, but you can find all them stories just free online. You'll find loads of websites that'll tell you the stories. I'll tell you later.
Okay. Like a witch.
Add whatever you like, just make sure it's simple, and yeah.
You draw the
That's the main thing, is you can't get detail on these types of drawing unless you really are a proper printer practically. So the idea is to keep it simple, straight, clean lines, nothing too complex.
as possible.
Exactly.
Okay, done.
Perfect, pop it over there then. So Betsy has just finished her picture. We will show it up to the camera now. We get a piece of paper, and the adults might want to do this bit just because it can be a bit fiddly. You hold it up, line it up as best as possible, and then you clean roller. This is what I use it for, but obviously you can use your hands as well, or any heavy implement.
I'm gonna use my hands.
And I just roll it over the paper, and we will see what comes out in a minute.
Hello, so 1 minute later. In a minute, what comes up?
And there is Betsan's monoprint of Taliesin's cauldron. Brilliant. What do you think?
Delicious.
Delicious. So what we're going to do now is me and Megan are going to do ours quick, just to give you an idea.
I want to do
All you need to do, okay, there's enough ink on these plates to reuse. So you just kind of rub out your lines like that.
do that. No.
1 second. And then you just roll it out again, making sure that none of the lines previous are there. And again, this is where it comes in, that if you're using a surface that's porous, it starts to get a bit worn by this point. That's why a nice little plastic sheet like this, flat, straight plastic, is really good for this type of printing, really. So yeah, we will be back in a second with mine and Megan's monoprints.
Done.
See you in a second.
1 second later.
Betsan finished hers, as you saw earlier. She did a lovely Taliesin cauldron one, and well done her. Megan, do you want to hold yours up? She just finished hers as well. Nice on landscape views, so you've got to hold it up like that. 2 swords with some Celtic banding going off and around. Well done, Meg. I'm just finishing mine now, which was a weird man in a box. I can't remember what Mabinogion story this came from, so I'll have to have a look. But there's mine.
Okay.
Mine, Mabinogion, man in a box. I hope that that's given you a good introduction to mono printing. Again, you can adapt this to any theme that you got, whether you got a theme in school of Egyptians. Do you want to show them your Egyptian one?
Yeah.
Because Megan's got a theme of the Egyptians at the moment. She did a Tutankhamun yesterday
I love
in
Tutankhamun.
red.
I've been watching lots and lots of programs about him. I love his things in his tomb.
Exactly.
And this is my Tutankhamun.
Brilliant. Do you want to go and get your picture of Betsy, of Megan as well?
Megan. She's Megan.
And that's Megan, yeah. So you don't have to, you know, follow this task and read Mabinogion stories. I do that because I'm here in my capacity of Cyfarthfa Castle to try and tell you a bit about local heritage and Welsh heritage and history. That brings us to the end of the video, but thank you very much for watching, and I hope you get on with some mono printing in your own homes and enjoy. Be creative with art because it will help you body and mind certainly. And yeah, hwyl fawr, enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.
Enjoy.
Come and say goodbye, eh?
Love you. Enjoy. Love you people.
Bye bye.
Love you too people.